Hi, the purpose of this tutorial is to show you basically what the different logins are at CCS and how they work and which things you'll use to log into and what you're actually accessing. So, lions and logins and access. Oh my. All right, so the four that you're going to be logging into while you're here are the network login, email and Google Apps, Teacher Ease, and the copier. So let's start with the network login. Your screen will look somewhat like this right here when you hit Control Alt Delete on your computer and it asks you to log in. Your username for this is just your first name dot last name. You won't put anything at the end of that because the domain doesn't recognize the end of that. So all you'll need is just that to log in. Your password is one that you will have probably already logged in with by now. The thing to remember about the password here is that it will change every 42 days. That's set by the server, so it will require you to change every 42 days. When you do, the required password must be at least 8 characters long and include 3 out of the 4 following things: uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters like exclamation, hashtag, things like that. So you don't have to have all 4. You just have the 3 out of the 4, but the more of them you'll have, the better. And the longer your password is, the better. Here's a tip that might make things easier. I have to do this the school I teach in, and basically I use the same password each time, but I have a string of numbers in there that I change each time. So 345, 456, whatever it might be. That way you don't have to come up with a brand new password every time that you do this. So that might be a helpful resource or another way to do it. But to change your password, you just hit Control Alt Delete anytime you're on your computer and click on the change the password option, and it'll ask for your old one, and then you'll put your new one in twice. Okay, the second thing you'll need to be able to log into, and this one you can log in from anywhere, is our Google Apps admin console. Google Apps for Education, your email and apps. So the easiest way to get to it is just type in gmail.com, because Google, you log in basically one place no matter what your Google organization is. The important thing to remember here is that you're going to use your entire email address to log in here when you do. The reason for that is that if you don't put all of that at the end, it will assume that your email address ends with @gmail.com. So make sure to put your full email address in there. This is how you get to your email. And then it's also how you get to all the Google apps, which if you haven't taken a look at yet, I highly encourage you to, because it's fantastic. You've got Google Docs and Sheets and Slides and a number of other great resources, which I'll get to in another video. But that's how you do that. It won't. This one will not prompt you to change your password. You can keep it for quite some time, but you may want to change it. Especially if you think your account's been compromised, or you logged into a computer you weren't particularly familiar with. You can change that anytime. The next thing you'll need to log into or be able to log into is Teacher Ease, which is the place where you're going to maintain your grades, attendance, and things like that. That again, you'll use your full email address. And you go to do that, you go to teacherease.com. And again, it will not prompt you for a change, but you can change your password for that anytime you like. Finally, the last thing that you'll need to log into is the copier. To log into the copier, you'll use your 4-digit access code. And then when you enter that, if you're wanting to access documents that you printed, you'll press on this button here for document box, and then folders will show up, and then you'll find yours on the screen here. Just tap on it and you'll find the document in there and print and make as many copies as you need. And then if you wish to go back from that screen to just copy something you have in your hands as paper copy, just tap on the copy button and you're good to go. When you're done, though, I encourage you to hit this button right here. If you can see where my mouse is, it's authentication logout. That basically logs you out of it so that the next person can log in. Well, that's pretty much it. So that should get you going for logins and access. And please email me or submit a work order ticket if you have any questions.